Reindeer are unusual. A little strange, actually. Odd looking, out of proportion. They don't fit in. Do you ever feel like that around the holiday season? Me too. And we're not alone. As a kid, I took a lot of ribbing over my last name, Dancer, around the holidays. But it was okay. It made me feel important and somehow connected to Christmas. But the more commercialized the holiday season becomes, the less attraction it has for me. Like the reindeer, I too am a bit strange. I feel like Charlie Brown spinning my wheels trying to figure out how to do Christmas without all the trappings and trimmings. The older I get, the more real I need things to be. Truth matters. For the next 28 minutes, you and me are going on an adventure. A search for, I don't know, I guess I'm looking for something real about Christmas. You ready? We begin at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Eugene. Why? You're about to find out.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
We talked with singer-songwriter Tita Luisa Freitag about our search for a real Christmas. She surprised us and wrote a song about it.
Santa's reindeer on the rooftop, shopping malls filled with sparkling toys, cyber specials Monday through Friday, promising such Yuletide joy. If I stop and catch my breath, will things become more clear? Will my heart remember to make a difference while I'm here? I saw you on the news. You needed a coat, a gift, a place to live. Hard times have come upon you. What can I do? Ask myself, what will I do? Stop and notice, stop and listen. Feel grateful for what's been given. This season is a chance to open up my life. I saw you on the news. You needed a coat, a gift, a place to live. Hard times have come upon you. What can I do? Ask myself, what will I do? I saw you on the news. Cyber specials Monday through Friday, promising such Yuletide joy.
Whether you see Christ as a historical figure, or someone you follow, or a savior, his life and the celebration that bear his name have very little in common. Christmas is more about buying and selling and getting, and the stress than it is the things Christ represented, which were serving and giving and challenging the status quo and taking care of the poor. Christmas celebrations tend to focus on marketing, money, excess, and overdoing it. Christ was drawn not to the powerful and the mighty, but to folks who were often ignored. We heard a story about a man and his unusually large heart. His name is Billy. So you must be Billy.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy.
How you doing?
No, thanks for meeting me. I appreciate it. So tell me what happened when you met these people. It was right here, right?
Yeah, I was right over here on the other side of the bushes here. I was sitting on a table, and they were out here just laying in the grass sleeping. And when they woke up, they came over and asked me if I knew where to find any blankets or anything, because they were cold and all their stuff got stolen. And at that time, I didn't know of any place that was open. So I thought, well, I got some sleeping bags at home in the shed that just sitting there. And so I went and got some food, some sandwiches and some chips and some drinks, and I brought it back to them.
Why'd you do that?
It's kindness in my heart. I just felt sorry for them. I don't have a lot myself, but what I do have, I don't mind giving it if I haven't.
Now why? That's not real normal in our culture, Billy.
Right. Well, it's just the right thing to do. You know, it's not about me. I got a nice warm house to go home to, and they don't, so I didn't need it. I gave it to them.
But it didn't stop there. So then you got this idea with the church that you work for.
Yeah, I got together with my church, Willamette Christian Center, and talked to Bill Randall, and through November to December, we did a drive. We collected 45 sleeping bags, and we took it downtown to First Christian Center, and we donated it to them, and just in the nick of time too.
45 sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Sleeping bags aren't cheap.
No.
So how do more people get to be like what you're like? It seems like we all want to collect and gather more and more and more. And here you're a guy, and you say you're of simple means, so you don't have a ton of stuff in your life, and you just don't care?
No, I don't care. I mean, if I have it and I'm not using it at the time, they could use it. Why not? Just give it to them.
So where does that come from?
Probably just uprising. I mean, I was brought up in the family that had, you know, that didn't have a lot. And so I guess if you don't have a lot, you don't mind sharing it because you're used not to having a lot.
Would you describe your life as tough?
Yeah, my life's been tough. My whole family's life has been tough, but, you know, we share. It's just the way we are. It's the way we were brought up.
So what's tough? Explain what tough is to me, could you?
Live check to paycheck, you know, don't always have food in the house, you know, going to food boxes, you know, getting food out, you know, from the food places and stuff like that.
And that's how you live?
Right.
That's normal for you?
That's normal.
It kind of blows me away a little bit, if I'm honest with you, because I think, how do you do that? I think that's amazing. That's why we're talking to you.
Right.
You inspire me.
Thank you.
I'm looking for what Christmas really is supposed to look like, and I think it's supposed to look like you.
If you're not going to use it, why let it sit and not be used?
That's kind of what the original Christmas was all about, wasn't it?
Yes.
Hope.
Mm-hmm. And giving. It's not about receiving, it's about giving.
And you really believe that?
Yes.
And you live it?
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
I like you, Billy.
I like you too.
Yeah, I like your spirit.
It's a great way to build relationships.
If you're looking for a barber who understands the art of cutting hair, Francesco Miceli is the man. This guy really knows what he's doing. He takes his time, he understands his customer, and he knows what makes you look good. They even do the little extras, like a straight razor shave to get those little hairs off of all those places. Yep, even the top of ears. I'm telling you, if you want a good haircut, somebody who knows what they're doing, a true artist, go to my barber. Fresh cut. Francesco Miceli. He's the man. 541-357-6903.
Millennials. Lazy, spoiled, entitled, irresponsible. But are we? You know, it's funny though, because that's the same things that were being said about our parents when they were our age. I just don't buy it. All you hear in the media is that the world's going to hell. I want to feel like my voice matters. I want to feel like I have a place in this world. I want to hear about the good things that are happening in the world. So let's talk about all this real stuff. Let's have these conversations. I mean, why not?
It's easy to forget the meaning behind the tradition. Our culture craves marketing any celebration that it can. We sat down with a new friend of mine, Rabbi Yitzhak Husbands Hankins, to talk about the importance of the meaning behind our festivals.
There's a challenge for us all. There's a deep spiritual essence to the festivals. They really weren't about the marketplace and what we'll buy, what we'll consume. The lessons, the essence of I can speak from the Jewish tradition, and I trust wholeheartedly that the Christian tradition has a parallel spiritual essence that is somehow getting covered by the materialism of our society today. For Jewish tradition, Hanukkah is about light in the darkness. It's about believing in a dimension of reality that's beyond material. It is about spirit. To indulge in what I would have to say from a personal perspective might be senseless consumption of stuff that has nothing to do with the meaning of Hanukkah would be a missed opportunity to really elevate the moment, to not diminish one another in this world, but to truly seek to see the best, the godly aspect in each person. And I would like to say that I think that that's what the Hanukkah light is to help us seek and to look for and hopefully to see.
And I hope that in the Christian faith, that's what we're looking for, not another sale and another, another Christmas present for so and so. And I hope that's what we're doing.
I'm sure that you are. It's a real pleasure to spend
Rabbi,
some time
thank
with
you so much for sharing this with us.
It's a delight to spend time with you.
Yeah.
Truly.
Credibility is huge. I mean, you put the facts together and you tell the story, the complete picture, then that builds your credibility. Trust is key, because if they don't trust what it is that you're doing every single week, then they're not going to subscribe to the paper. They're not going to buy the paper. They're going to look for other sources to find the news that they want. The best way to stay informed is pick up the paper, and if it's not in the paper, let us know that it's not in the paper so we can go find who we need to get that story. It is about them. It's about the community. That's what the paper is. It's the community paper for Cottage Grove.
Looking for something fun for the whole family to beat boredom, be active, and have a splashing good time? For less than the cost of going to the movies, you can bring the whole family to Splash, where the weather is always perfect, the surf's always up, and no sunscreen is required. Pack a towel and head to Splash at Lively Park in Springfield. For more information, go to willamalane.org. Splash at Lively Park. It's waves of fun.
Christmas is supposed to be radical. Christmas should be disturbing. Christmas is passionate, and passion isn't found on a Christmas list or at the mall. It's found in pain and in life, in good days and bad days. It's found in a willingness to start over. Mike played in a band for a lot of years.
I've been here 17 months, going on 18.
Now he's rewriting his life story in a program at the Eugene Mission.
Lightning, rolls of thunder. I've been to several treatment centers. I've been to 4 different inpatient treatments in my life. Glory and power be to you, the only wise King. Finally tried having a sponsor, doing all the stuff for 12-step. I really did. And the longest I could stay sober was about 4 months. Have our own living place. This is true. So it's really going to be a good deal.
But it's a commitment on your part.
It's a way of a commitment. Yeah, you have to, so you have to be real about it. And I just couldn't stay sober. I spent 23 days at the Wayne County Jail. I don't think it's necessarily always society's fault, but they get lost in the shuffle. Some guys go off and don't want to be, for whatever reason. Maybe there's been abuse, maybe there's mental illness. Some guys go off and don't want to be social. A lot of these people don't have any identity because people shut them out. For homeless people who have addiction problems that are in recovery, or maybe not in recovery, this is a real tough time of year, the holidays.
Why?
Because it makes them think of families they've lost, maybe better times. It's about putting a smile on someone's face, making them feel like somebody. It gives us that recognition. We're made to be in communion with each other. It's the way God made us. We weren't made to be apart. A lot of these guys have been separated, out by themselves. And when they get acknowledged like that, it's that natural thing in all of us that God put in there, that someone else acknowledges us. And it's kind of like the beginning of, well, at least they care enough to learn my name.
How important is hope? How
Oh, wow.
important is hope to people in your situation and the situations you see in the day center?
Well, without hope, there would be no point in doing all this, because those are the things that, you know, I know in the Bible it says it's things that we don't see, that we believe in, and that's hope. And without that, what is the point of life? I mean, you can't run on self-will. You're going to burn out. And these guys here, if they believe and they have hope, then they're going to make it through today and be able to get up tomorrow and do the same thing again. That's what a lot of us guys here at the Life Teams do. We get up every day and go, hey man, thank you, Lord. I got today, and I'm going to go out and make that. I'm going to hope for a better tomorrow.
And I will adore you.
But come on, Rick, celebrations are not all about seriousness and introspection. They're about community and a willingness to stop and participate in what's going on around you. Taking time just to sit down and see the stuff that's happening on the streets.
They call me back to Santa. Come around by the break of day. Call me back to Santa. Make my rounds by the break of day. Keep all the little girls happy when their boys are out to play. Ain't like old St. Nick, he only come round about once a year. Ain't like old St. Nick, he only come round but once a year. But I come running with my presents, honey, every time you call me dear. Keep some change in my pocket in case the children are home. I give my $20 bill so we can be alone. I keep the back door open in case someone smells a mouse. Oh, Santa be in big trouble if there ain't no chimney in the house. Yeah, they call me back to Santa. Come round by the break of day. Keep all the little girls happy while their boys are out to play.
While shooting video for this special, we stopped in the Whitaker neighborhood of Eugene. We parked in front of a building we'd never paid much attention to and discovered another untold story.
It's hard to play out here. The Jesco rents the hall for NA and AA meetings, all 12-step stuff, and it's a fellowship.
So you're a heroin addict?
Yes, ex-heroin addict and a crackhead.
And how long you been off?
I'll tell you, 5 years and 8 months.
So
5 years and 9 months.
what is Christmas to you?
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick. I hated the holidays until I got clean. Christmas was sad for me because I didn't want to be alone. And since I've been clean, and I'm not bullshitting here, I've had great Christmas means to me being with all these folks, and it's good stuff.
So why do you get teary when you talk about that?
I don't know why. Just because it's a happy thing for me. Because I was looking for stuff like that. People have become friends here.
And you're all getting clean.
Yes.
Do you think people would be amazed what goes on in this building?
Would
here in the heart of the Wit is this little place that just is.
I think they would. Sometimes I'm amazed. I'm really so thankful to be here.
So isn't that what Christmas is really about?
Yeah, you're making me cry.
Because it's good, isn't it?
Yes, it's a great thing. Yeah.
So do you think too many people, maybe we live our lives too much on our own?
Yes.
Together. It's okay to depend on other people?
Totally. Yeah, that's this whole secret. Don't be in isolation.
That's what you didn't understand, huh?
That's what we do in our
I understood it, but I didn't know how to do it. That's the difference.
And now you do.
And now I do.
Okay.
Just be honest.
Merry Christmas.
It was great to meet you.
Yeah, it's Merry Christmas.
All right. Yeah, it was fun.
Christmas is supposed to be hope for the hopeless, not just another sale. It's about a second chance, or a third, or a fourth. Christmas is about changing the way you think of the world around you.
In an era where newspapers are struggling and a lot of larger papers are dying, we are doing well because we tend to cover things local, and we offer news that people can't get anywhere else. That's our model, is covering local news and sports and anything to do with the community. Journalism and newspapers and other media sources is important because we have the training. Most of the people that I employ have gone to college and studied journalism, and so what we offer is a source of news that can be trusted. It's in an era where everybody's trying to be the first to get the news out. We actually do some research and talk to the sources and get the story and all the details behind the story.
One of our favorite restaurants in town in Springfield is Ranchito Grill. And I don't say something's my favorite if it's not. I mean, not only do they have the best food, good quality, it's really great Mexican food, and it's authentic, except for the cheese. Abe will tell you, in Mexico they don't use cheese, but in America we like cheese so much they add cheese to it. But everything else is super authentic, and I send people there all the time and they love it. Ruben knows he's going to get busy right after the show airs, because you guys all watch this, your mouths start to water, and then you go down there and you get something to eat. So every month what we do with Ruben and Abe over there at Ranchito Grill is we give away 2 free dinners to somebody who fills out their name and a phone number, puts it in the bucket right by the Rick Dancer TV sign at Ranchito Grill in Springfield. And this month the winner is Jeff Tomlin. So Jeff, I'm going to call you, but you go in there and you get 2 free dinners on us and them. Also, I want to remind you the Hometown Savvy magazine is out, and Ranchito Grill always has a huge section in there with all kinds of coupons from lunch to dinner that you can save a bundle. So give it a shot. You're going to love this place. When you go in there, tell them you saw it on Rick Dancer TV, and enjoy yourself, and don't forget to sign up for the free drawing.
My name is Dave Williams. I work with Hosea Youth Services. We work with at-risk and homeless youth here in Eugene, Oregon. My past is I grew up like these kids at Hosea. I grew up on the streets. I spent a couple years, actually as a middle schooler, on the streets, and then on and off again through my high school years. I think Christmas just definitely gets in that self-entitlement mentality where it becomes all about us and what I want for Christmas, what the presents I want. And you forget, for a lot of these kids that I work with, when Christmas comes, you're just throwing everything they don't have in their face. And so walking down the street or seeing families out loving on each other, they don't have any of that. So Christmas for them is the complete opposite of what it is for a lot of us.
What could this community do if we really wanted to take that spirit of Christmas and say, you know what, giving people food and help and assistance at Christmas time is good.
Yeah.
But it is not enough.
It isn't enough. And I think even with that, though, to give food with no strings attached is something that would be really neat to see.
What do you mean? What do you mean, strings attached?
A lot of times I think we give food so that we can pat ourselves on the back and go, look what we did this Christmas, and then go home.
Ouch.
Yeah. And I think that's what the fear with that is that we never really looked at what we're doing to help that kid. If you give food and you get to know him, get to know his name, spend some time with them, and then chances are you're going to see him around the streets again, just going shopping and around the grocery stores. And that does 2 things. One is you build empathy. And I think if we build empathy, then we're going to find more ways we can serve here. And what it also tells the kid is that it's not just some good old feeling I have. I really want to help you the best way that I can.
Because when you were on the streets, could you smell that?
Oh yeah. A lot of people would come up to me, and especially around the holidays, and yeah, give me something or tell me they're praying for me or something like that, and they didn't even know me. They didn't even ask my name, So how much are you really doing that for me? Instead, you're doing that for yourself.
So you have had cancer, and you have it again.
Yeah.
And it's terminal.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, and when I got sick and now said, hey, you have 10 years to live, it focused me completely to say, you know what? It's not about any of that. It's about serving as many people on my way out, And so that's maybe my life goal after that. If you believe in the Bible, the wise men, they actually did they gave gifts. That's what it was about. It wasn't receiving anything. It was they came and they gave, And when you take that and you say, what is the things that we can give to someone else? That changes things for Christmas, I think, and it brings hope to others, but also brings hope to ourselves. So, we don't have to live this way anymore. We don't have to live with this idea of trying to keep up with the Joneses or whatever else that looks like for you. We can stop, and giving to others, we ourselves become refreshed in that.
So this is the part of the show where the TV guy is supposed to come on and tell you what to do next, but we're not going to do that because this was our adventure, and I think each one of us will take what we can from it and maybe change the way we think about and do Christmas.
I grew up on the Mackenzie River. I've always kind of liked taking pictures, and the drone just kind of really opened that up for me. And I run a page, Mackenzie River Drone Photography, on Facebook, and share all my stuff on there, and it's been pretty exciting. I think it's just a different perspective on everything. People don't usually see things from the bird's eye, so it's just gives them something to look at differently. It gives me a different view on things. When I was a kid, I always wanted to fly over the area where I lived in an airplane, and I figured this was the closest way to get a good view. So, that's kind of why I started. So my dusting in Oregon video had a reach of 200-something thousand people, 90,000 views, and still climbing.